No, I can't access that account. I haven't been able to in a while. That's why I started the new Quit Abuse of Mary Jean Ziska, or whatever I sent. Quit Abusing Mary Jean Ziska. That was the last.
I'm going into the court now. Did you send me a new email?
Yeah.
New email address? Okay, good. Then I'll respond to you with that email address.
Okay. I'm sorry about your mother-in-law. I'm Mary Jean, but I actually was wondering what was going on with the Social Security money. I went by the Social Security office yesterday to find out.
It should be coming to you, although your mom is trying to get control of it so she can pay the HOA fees.
No, that they actually, because of the abuse charges, they have it on notation at the Social Security office that she is never allowed to actually change the payee and have any other information. I mean, she's not allowed to actually steal money again. But the money that she stole from before, that $1,222, I know we were in front of Judge Murphy or Murray? Which one was it? Murphy. And they were supposed to...
I'm sorry, I gotta go into court right now. I wanted to call you right back, but
okay.
I'll stay in touch with you. I'll email you back.
Okay.
We're gonna have a hearing on this. Your mom wants the money, so.
I know, but because I was supposed to be getting my independence and I never heard anything back. Okay, there's a lot to discuss, but as long as there was a court case that was supposed to be today, and I guess it was canceled.
I had it canceled.
Okay, thank you. Okay.
So it's probably gonna be next week. Stay in touch, Regine.
Okay, thanks, Larry. Take care. God bless. And I hope you're well. Oops. Hi, this is Mary Jean Ziska. I don't have my paperwork and everything out right now. It is 9:11 a.m. It is the 14th of August, 2015, and I just heard back from Larry Pivacek on the phone, and I am trying to figure out what the heck is going on. I went to the Social Security office yesterday. You heard a little bit about that. Went to the Social Security office yesterday to find out what's going on with the $1,222.66 that was actually stolen from me when a new bank account was opened up at Fifth Third Bank. And I received a letter back from Fifth Third Bank where they had declared that the bank account was opened up fraudulently, without my knowledge, without my approval, and that finances were put in there from Social Security, which at one point in time I was told it was a felony. Another point in time people don't seem to think of it as a felony, so I've got to look up information on that. But went to the Social Security office, and they said that now they're going to start an investigation, which I thought was actually an ongoing investigation. When I went to go see them, I think it was March, I have all the documentation and notes, and I also did videos depicting everything that was going on. And that was when they, let's see, when I went in there, I actually gave them the police report, the petition to compel, and then on January, it was January. No, it was June. It was June 5th. Getting so much going on. Anyway, June 5th is when we met in front of Judge Murphy, as you heard Larry Pivacek speaking, and that was to support the petition to compel and to actually stop and desist so that they would stop stealing my finances. Larry just said that, I guess, Marion Gregory, which I know the mom that raised me in Ras, Saudi Arabia, Marion Ziska, was amazing. And she actually would never have stolen money from me or opened up a bank account fraudulently or any of this stuff, but this is what I'm dealing with now. Feels like I'm an outcast in my own family sometimes, which kind of sucks because my family was really great. Anyway, back to what was going on. So there was a hearing to actually support and make sure that petition to compel was upheld, and that no more finances would be stolen, that no more, that the monies that had been already stolen would be returned. I've got people from Fifth Third Bank. I was speaking with a, what was her name? Jackson, I believe. Vicki Jackson. And she actually was telling me that a letter would be sent out to me letting me know that the bank account that was opened was opened up fraudulently, and also to tell me that, or to send a check. She apologized on behalf of Fifth Third Bank, letting me know that if I'd had a Fifth Third Bank account, monies had been stolen, they would just be able to redeposit money into that account, which of course I'm not going to open up a Fifth Third Bank account. And then I was actually, so they were supposed to be sending a check. I did the video of the one screaming little girl who was absolutely horrible, who sounded more like a lawyer and a liar than anything else, who misquoted documentation, didn't have all the documentation, and was a horrible situation. Anyway, I tried to actually calling from my bank to find out what was going on, and instead I ended up reaching another lady that sounded more like a lawyer than one of the intake people, and was quite rude about actually, I mean, the people at my bank were appalled at the way that this person was representing not only Fifth Third Bank, but representing somebody who was a victim of a crime where a bank account had been opened up. Anyway, back to the judge. There was a court case. I mistakenly found out there was a court case because of the documentation in the letter, going to the Social Security office. Then I ended up going all the way to the courthouse. From the courthouse, I ended up actually placing, making it a certified document and filing it for $6 at the courthouse in my file. That on file it would actually list a letter from Fifth Third Bank to me alleging and not acknowledging that the Fifth Third Bank account that was opened up, the monies that were stolen, was actually all done illegally. So I did that. When I did that documentation, they actually printed out 16 pages of information concerning guardianships, concerning foreclosures, concerning anything that actually has to do with me. Can you believe that? I was completely in shock. Lots of places names are misspelled. Lots of places I was never even made aware of the different things that were going on behind my back, I guess, or without my knowledge. And some of them were done that actually didn't help to gain my independence, to actually further my life, to better my life, and to make sure that it was limited, limited guardianships or any of those kind of things. Everybody still goes back to some kind of, on the paperwork it actually mentions neurological exams that I never took, that there's this private information that's located within the documentation, that there's, I should probably just read it all. Maybe I'll do another video and I'll read the whole thing. It's pretty appalling, especially because it paints a picture of a very horrible situation with a horribly messed up person, and it goes completely contrary to just last month. It was started June 23rd. I was actually trying to reestablish my website, do etiquette classes, do checking on different things that I wanted to actually do. Even just, 2 days ago, I was trying to rent a car, which of course, because when I went to go rent the car, they flagged it, and that's a whole nother situation, but I'll go into a whole nother video on that. Because of the all the problems with the identity theft, they said something flagged up as Equifax, so they wouldn't let me rent a car to actually be able to try to track down some different information and try to actually make sure that I have all the correct information, and people on my side who actually want to make sure that I can live a healthy, happy, productive life and have no more crime. The credit report is completely messed up, so I need to get a lawyer or someone on board to actually clear up that. A quiet title still needs to be done. the last information that I tried receiving was when I went on to my freecreditreport.com, has a mortgage actually attached to something from 2004. So people are like just submitting documentation. People seem to be able to actually do anything as far as paperwork. I don't know where, not just the logic, but I mean, I had to live through these different situations, and it just is not cohesive at all, and it is not something that it's just jumping back and forth. I mean, an incapacitation is actually based on something from 2006. This is 2015. The private information or whatever, I don't know. Anyway, I just wanted to do a quick video mentioning what's the latest situation going on. And thank God I actually called up Judge Brody's office and found out that that was canceled. So the 4:30 hearing that I knew nothing about was actually canceled. And I'm very thankful and grateful. I was praying to God that something would happen, and it did. So, I mean, not that anything bad would happen, but something would happen for my benefit, because there has to be, I believe there is a God who actually loves us, cares for us, and has, if you look in the Bible as far as Jeremiah, for I know the plans that I have for you, says the Lord, plans to not for evil, to prosper you, to give you a future and a hope. And that's what basically I think everyone is working towards, to have hope, to have love, to actually be able to live productive lives, to make a difference in the world. Oh, dear Lord, thanks. And I just now the new situation, my car, it doesn't seem to be running the way it's supposed to. I don't know why. I barely drive it anywhere. And I have a whole list of information. I went by AutoZone, and a nice gentleman actually wrote out from his little computer machine that they attached to the car everything that seems to be wrong. So of course, a multi-million-dollar winning lottery ticket would be helpful, but making sure that the car is in working order and that I can actually safely be able to drive. I also called and tried contacting one of the contractors that I went to high school with. He's a very popular contractor, actually. He does really high-end exclusive homes here in Naples, Florida. Mike and Mark Nurse, both amazing men who have integrity and honor that I would trust in my home. I tried calling him up to see if I can actually have his crew come in to do some of the different, not only renovations, upgrades, but be able to actually fix a lot of the different things that don't seem to be working at this present time. So there's quite a bit going on here, and I also, let's see, I met some super nice people. I was able to give them some more Joel Osteen CDs, which was great, because I was able to actually just tell them thank you. And the most amazing thing happened. I went by Mangino's to, when I stopped on my way home, to just I couldn't afford a whole pizza, so I was just going to get one slice. My throat's been hurting me. I've lost my voice like 2 or 3 different times. So I just wanted something to, you know, when you want something warm like hot tea or something soothing. And I stopped and was able to get it was a cheese tomato slice of pizza, and the way they prepared it and cooked it, it was absolutely delicious. And because it was just around closing time, they were so sweet and so nice. They actually gave me some of the extra pieces. I hope I don't get them in trouble by saying this. It was just such an act of generosity, and it was so sweet that I was so thankful, so thankful and grateful. And I was able to actually then bless a couple other people with also being able to share. And it just kind of reminded me of the Bible passage of the loaves and fishes. And it came at a great time when the finances, are low, and the food accounting was low, and for some reason the magnetic strips don't work on both the EBT card and my credit card. I thought it was just the credit card when I went to after being at the airport and actually trying to rent a car. That didn't work, but I think it must be something else because the EBT card doesn't work as well. So I got to figure out what's going on, and if I have to get new cards issued, which is quite a pain, and get something, I guess, that protected so that it doesn't demagnetize again. And there's just so much going on, so it couldn't be a better time for that court case with Lauren Brody to have been canceled, and maybe God will come through with a huge financial miracle, and somebody will actually be on my side and able to make sure that the correct knowledge about me not being incapacitated, not incompetent, not evil. I'm not sure if that's what's this private information is supposed to have been in the documentation. I'd like to actually see that, since there was no evaluations and nothing done. So, but I know I just have a renewed hope by last night when I was provided for, basically, with a blessing, and today this was a blessing that this was actually canceled. And now I can just at least rest for just a couple minutes more, and then we'll be able to actually get everything taken care of, hopefully, and with God's blessing and God's will, we'll make sure that the credit reports are fixed, that somebody is able to actually make sure that there's a clear designation with no false mortgages, Aquin and all kinds of different things, that I can have the bankruptcy removed, that I can actually obtain either an equity line of credit or be able to do the upgrades and the different things and fix the different items that are in my house. It would be great. Anyway, thank you for listening, and if you have any other comments concerning guardianships and concerning I guess working with the Social Security office even would be interesting. If you have anything, I've mentioned a couple different websites in the past. There's also, as far as there was really great articles, and I did videos on those concerning a Dorothy Luck that was in Fort Worth, Texas, and there's plenty of different opportunities. Please support people who can stop guardianship abuse, who can actually help people to live productive, healthy, happy lives, which is basically, I think, what we all want to feel loved and be able to prosper and be able to make a contribution in society. So anyway, this is, contact me. It's www.mysearchforjustice.com, and I'm going to actually create a website, not a website, a email address, probably just for YouTube contacts, and being able to make sure that information or comments are actually acknowledged, and that if you have any information as far as legal advice, as far as legal contacts, as far as different situations that have actually worked out, it would be great to see justice and prevail, and to be able to make sure that no abuses actually occur to people who are kind of at the mercy of a situation that maybe they never anticipated, and maybe they might not have the best people representing them, not representing them, but in their lives, who actually, as far as the guardians, as far as different people who might not have the knowledge concerning the, like for me, the Florida statutes and different information that that needs to be it just needs to be out there so that people know what's going on, because the more awareness actually will bring a change. Laws need to be changed. I've mentioned this before in other videos. There needs to be more transparency in guardianship documentation, and the way that they use their funds is in the way that actually they shouldn't use their funds. and being able to make sure that there's more accountability, because from the Social Security point of view, they are trying to say if somebody has a title, they have a right, which is not the case. So anyway, thank you for listening. Again, this is Mary Jean Ziska, mysearchforjustice.com, and I hope to hear from you soon. Thanks. Take care and God bless. Bye. And have a great weekend.